Okay, so it seems like we have some more terrible news to do with VShojo, and this is some pretty major news, as there's been a couple of hints from some of the VShojo members, or ex-VShojo members, I should say, that have essentially been talking about a situation, and it seems like more stuff is about to come to light, as obviously, there's been a ton of stuff that's come out already about VShojo from all of the members, and also, mainly from ironmouse, who obviously left VShojo after them taking $500,000 from charity from her, and also some of her own money as well, which is pretty insane. Now, it seems like there's been a couple of posts, for example, like Curo, which has kind of caught a lot of people's attention. Obviously, Curo saying, "Oh man, I might have some bad news." Now, obviously, yeah, this was posted this morning, and essentially, people were asking about it. They were hoping that it wasn't to do with this whole situation that is going on at the moment. But, someone said here, is it about your new house? Which obviously could be understandable, it could be something else. But he says, no, it's about old merch. Now, obviously, he was saying that, a lot of merch was going to be still shipped out and that should have been all fine. But I have a feeling that it's not good and that maybe it could get even worse. I don't really know how bad it could get because obviously someone said, old merch, eh? At least you're okay, bro. Like, yeah, it sucks that people might not get their merch or something. But that sounded pretty serious at first. And he said, it is insanely serious. Now, obviously, I don't know what he means by that, but obviously, it sounds like it's going to be something pretty bad that is going to be coming out, but at least we know it's something to do with merch, because Curo isn't the only one that's been talking about this. There's also people, for example, like Amelie, who have, posted, Mama should have raised a quitter because there's only so many punches I can take, man. And it seems like there's been more and more stuff coming out, at least to the members or ex-members of VShojo. For example, like Michi as well, just spamming the keyboard and saying Rage Room date. And it seems like they're getting very angry at a lot of the news that has come out to them. Now, obviously, they haven't revealed the news. Obviously, I don't know if it's to do with Kuro's merch or if it's, it's the merch and something else. Again, it could be anything, but also Giga has also made a post about this, saying, I'm once again trying not to crash out, but brother. And obviously, Curo saying, it's okay, it's okay. So, again, I think Curo responding to Giga's post maybe might signify that it is to do with whatever he is talking about with his merch. Now, obviously, I don't know how it could get even more serious than, obviously, them not fulfilling it and then pretty much taking everybody's money. I don't really know what else could have happened, or maybe, there could be something going on in the background. I really don't know, and I don't want to speculate, obviously, what is going on, but it is very weird, and it seems like multiple members are now coming out with these little hints and little, like teasers, of what's going to happen. Obviously, Giga and Curo kind of posted around the same time. Amelie posted a little bit later on this evening, so again, it's very interesting. Obviously, as well, Rima has been talking about this, saying, seems like we've only scratched the surface of the VShojo situation, judging by what the talents are hinting at. Maybe more merch problems, more details might be coming soon, which, yeah, is 100% true. And obviously, I'll keep you guys up to date if we do get a full kind of exposure of what has exactly happened. But you guys have got to remember as well, a lot of legal stuff is going on in the background too. So again, maybe they might avoid actually speaking about it fully for a little bit. Maybe it'll be included at the end of this video because they release it in a couple hours time. I don't know, but obviously, it could be very soon that we find out, or it could be ages until we find out, due to possible legal action. Because again, for example, unfulfilled merch and things, and them literally scamming hundreds of fans, obviously could be a reason to take legal action, at least against Gunrun. Obviously, the company of VShojo itself doesn't exist anymore, but you could still potentially go after some of the leaders in terms of this, and some of the staff that have kind of orchestrated a lot of this kind of nefarious behavior. Now, obviously, they share all the screenshots that we saw about old merch. They said, you don't get it. It's so much messier than you think. I'll talk about it on live after I get after I get a few more clarifications sometimes. So it seems like we will get a response from Curo at some point. And obviously, yeah, as I said, I'll keep you guys up to date whenever that does happen. But again, we've got Giga and also Matara as well joining in on this, saying, I'm still in disbelief, girl. Which again makes me think that it's quite bad. I honestly don't know what it could be. I honestly don't know how bad this has gotten. But, judging from a lot of the kind of reactions that all of these ex-VShojo members have, shared with us, it seems like it's going to be pretty bad when it comes out, and could obviously start a second wave of things that have kind of come up, because it has been pretty quiet recently. I think Mouse has talked about some stuff. I made a video on that, which was supposed to come out today, but obviously due to this, I wanted to get this information out a little bit earlier. But again, they're saying got a bad feeling that either no one will get their merch, nor a refund, or that it's something even more bad. They said you get a refund by forcing a bank to charge back, and this will be easier because you can directly tell the bank the company that sold the merch closed down and their shop is defunct, which yeah, it's definitely true. You can charge back on that. So again, if you have bought merch or something like that from one of these companies, I would definitely consider doing that if the news obviously comes out that it's not coming out. Obviously as well, you're gonna say merch related, but it sounds like it's way more serious. As I said, it sounds like it's way more serious than nobody is getting their merch shipped or money back, which is already a given when VShojo is going bankrupt. Yeah, exactly. It seems like this is worse than just you're not getting your merch and your money back. As terrible as it is in the first place, is already a terrible thing. You know, what they're making it seem to be is something bigger. It seems to be something like even more insane. Obviously Matara as well saying Curo, you know, with some hearts. You know, obviously a lot of people are supporting them. But again, a lot of people have been obviously supporting all of these people because again, it's absolutely horrible what has happened to them. They said, my guess is loss of IP rights for said old merch or something, so they can't really similar. Said, oh yeah, that would do it, which again, that could be a pretty insane thing. A little bit of a spoiler to, you know, the ironmouse video that I'm going to release tomorrow is essentially VShojo have been caught putting in sneaky clauses that obviously these talent didn't know about, and whether that's due to negligence of not reading it or they tried to sneak it in afterwards or something like that, again, we don't know. But Mouse talked about the fact that they did that with some of her music, so it wouldn't surprise me if they did it with the merch and maybe stuck in some clauses which, yeah, stops them from releasing IP related merch or something as a final kind of, you know, screw you to a lot of the talents, just in case, you know, because I feel like, you know, I don't really know how else it could get worse. But again, you know, we do know they have a history of, you know, sneaking in different clauses into contracts, which honestly, that could be one of my best guesses at what's going to happen. They said, that doesn't make any sense, though, unless VShojo lied about that too. The talent has control of that IP. They said they were allegedly Minecraft per Mouse slipping in IP grabbing clauses, which, yes, is true. For example, like Mouse's music, again, I'm already spoiling my video here, but, you know, in Mouse's music, is some of it is owned by VShojo. Some of it, you know, she doesn't have the full rights to, and that was due to a lot of sneaky clauses, which again could be a kind of addition to what is going on here. And they've tried to do it with merch, they've tried to do it with designs, and maybe even partial things of IPs, which could be pretty bad. And I don't really know if how many people this affects, you know, because it could affect even more people, including Armely and Giga and people like that. But maybe it only affects the ones that got kind of, you know, that left whenever all of the drama went out. I don't know. Again, it's a really tricky situation, and obviously it's, yeah, very confusing. They say watchers VShojo also didn't pay his accountant. Said have a thought, and the fact that Giga is about to crash out on it makes me think that it's related to operational costs by the respective IPs that is baked into a clause in their contracts. It could be something like that as well. They said we've had Armely and ironmouse both come out asking for contractors who did work with VShojo on their behalf to get in touch with them for payments. I think what's happened is they put in a clause in their contract that makes the associated costs fall back on them for everything, merch, contractors, the whole shebang, which, yeah, could be a thing as well. Again, there's many people kind of coming up with their own speculation. Again, none of that is like backed up by any source, so obviously don't believe all of that. I mean, you know, you can kind of think about it and theorize in your own mind what it could be, but at the same time, we just need to wait until Curo goes live, really. And obviously he said he's still checking up on some, you know, things. So again, you know, we might see it tonight, we might see it tomorrow, we might see it in a couple days time. Depends how quickly these people get back to him, and I hope that he does disclose it all on stream, because again, this sounds like it's pretty serious, especially if it's coming out of multiple members kind of, you know, social medias. You know, a lot of the time whenever people have been affected, for example, like Curo, he didn't get paid for like, I think it was like 2 years or something, which was absolutely insane, which he revealed on his stream. Obviously, you know, Armely and Giga and stuff weren't posting about that, but I think maybe this affects not just Curo, but a lot more people in VShojo, and even maybe outside of VShojo too. Obviously, as we know, people like Mint and stuff getting involved with VShojo, they were meant to debut, so maybe they are also affected by this as well. So again, yeah, I'll keep you guys up to date if there's anything else that is coming out, but I thought I'd just share you those tweets, because again, it is pretty insane, a lot of the stuff that's been coming out from these members, and it makes me pretty worried to see what exactly they have done, because again, there are still way more to uncover in this kind of situation. But yeah, that's about all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like, like, and subscribe. Also, go to ironmouse's charity again. It should be down the link in the description down below with the Tiltify link to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. So I definitely recommend checking that out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.